Okay, so let's have a look at example B. It says, add the letters A and B to the diagram and then establish a relationship between X and Y. So there's two things for us to do. Step 1, we need to add letters A and B to the diagram. And then step 2, using geometric reasoning, find a relationship between X and Y. So even though I don't like this old textbook setting out, but we can have a look at it and see what kind of logic we're expected to use. So in step 1, they're saying, well, first find a relationship between X and this A, which we have yet to label. And then step 2, find a relationship between Y and this B, which we have to label as well in the diagram. Step 3, find a relationship between two things. And then lastly, step 4, therefore we can we can establish a relationship between our desired X and Y. So going back to the diagram to the left, okay, first find X, all right? Well, okay, X is here, Y is there. I mean, if we could work out what this middle angle is, then we can say that X plus Y plus this middle angle is 180 because that's the supplementary angle rule. The angles on the straight line add to 180. Well, we don't know that in the middle angle. But let's think about the suggested reasoning from this textbook setting out. So it's saying that first establish a relationship between X and A. Well, what other information are we given in this diagram? Well, we're given this arrow on this top line and arrow on this bottom line, meaning that these two lines, top and bottom, are parallel. Parallel lines suggest to us that we can either use alternate angles, the Z rule, the co-interior angles, the U rule, or the corresponding angles, which is the F rule, right? So we can use one of those to have some sort of reasoning. And we also see that this is an isosceles triangle because of the two dashes indicating that these two sides are the same, which means that these two angles would be the same. Now, because we have information linking up these two bottom angles due to isosceles triangles, well, can we find a relationship between these two bottom angles and X and Y as well? Because that would really help us in join all the dots together. Well, if this is X and this is an unknown angle, then technically the lines, highlighting the lines adjoining X gives me that. Highlighting the lines adjoining this bottom corner angle, we get that this looks like a Z, right? And because these are parallel lines, we can apply the Z rule or the alternate angle rule and say that, well, this X angle and this bottom corner angle are the same. So that suggests to us that that's where angle A should be, right? Because that helps us create the relationship between angle A and X. And by similar reasoning, if this is Y, and if this is an isosceles triangle, then A is the same as this corner angle here. Well, is there a relationship between Y and this corner angle? Well, yes, because if you highlight the sides which Y touches and highlight the sides which this corner angle touches, again, it forms the Z shape, which means we can use the alternate angle rule saying that Y and this corner angles are the same. So that suggests to us that we should label that corner angle B. So let's label that corner angle B. So we can then start writing our reasoning on the side here. Okay, so first step, we said that X is the same as A. Why? Because of the Z rule, so the alternate angle rule. So draw the symbol in or write the word. Next step, we said that Y is the same as angle B as shown in a diagram. Why? Because again, the alternate angle rule because of the parallel lines. Next step, we said that A and B are the same because of isosceles triangles rule, right? And because X is A and Y is B, therefore we have a relationship between X and Y, namely X is equal to Y. So we've established a relationship between X and Y.